morning and welcome again to another Making Mondays Matter. I trust that we all had a good week last week and our weekend was refreshing. I know for my North American colleagues, you would have gone through your 4th of July weekend and then you're back now to another full week of work and productivity and getting to another level of success. This morning, I want to look a little bit at the subject of delegation or delegating. It is an area that so many, especially entrepreneurs and self-employed and young business owners, sometimes struggle with the willingness and the ability to delegate things to others. I know it's very tempting, especially when we are starting a new project, to want to keep our finger on the pulse. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But we need to quickly realize that it's impossible for us to do everything. And I say us because I'm also a small business owner, and sometimes the temptation is there to try and be doing everything all at the same time. And that only works to your detriment. Even if you are the only person within the business, it is often important that you find those external resources that you can tap into and delegate some of that responsibility to. I'm not necessarily speaking about paid resources. It could be a colleague, a friend, a partner, a spouse, even a child if you're an older person, where you can get them to do some of the, I don't want to say necessarily mundane because they're often very important, but some of the things that you are less skilled at or things that don't maximize the use of your own time and effort, where you can have someone else to fill in that space. And that comes down to delegation. Being willing to delegate some of your authority to the next person. This will benefit the entire operation in moving forward. Just think of it simply from a practical perspective. If A has to happen before B takes place before C, and you're the only person doing A, B, and C, then that sequence of events must pertain, one, and two, C can only be done after A is completed if you are the only person doing it. However, if you can have someone assist you, they can start A, and even before they finish A, you could probably be able to start B. So immediately your productivity has increased. And so I'm encouraging us to look at the way we delegate. Yes, I know some who are the school of thought that you can delegate authority but not responsibility would say, but some of the things only I can do myself. Well, that may not necessarily be totally true. Yes, there are some things that the responsibility is fully yours, and therefore you need to be aware of what's going on. But that doesn't mean that you have to actually do it. So think carefully about it, where it is possible to have someone else filling for you, especially when it comes to the resource of time. Because for most of us small business owners, time is the greatest commodity that we have. And it's also the scarcest commodity that we have. Because at the end of the day, there's still only 24 hours in a day. And if you can have more hands, more heads dealing with a particular issue to get it done in that 24 hours, the more productive the entire operation can be. So I'm encouraging us to be willing to delegate, be willing to share the work with those around us. It is not necessarily a admission that you are failing or that you can't get it done. No, it's really an admission that you recognize that you can't do it alone. So let's not kid ourselves. There is no major organization, operation, institution, no matter how small it started, that has continued on today and did not have help of others outside. And this started by the principals being willing to delegate. So delegate some of that authority to others. Don't fear. If you are a good leader, and you can learn to be a good leader, but if you are a good leader, you would recognize that good leaders don't attempt to do everything themselves. They build a team around them and they have others contribute. Because when you have persons working as a team, then you can achieve more. So don't be afraid to delegate. So as we go forward into this week, see what it is that you can allow others to help you with so that in the end, everybody would benefit. You would benefit, your clients would benefit, your customers would benefit, the community will benefit. So let's delegate. This is David Inks for another Living Successfully Inc. for another Making Mondays Matter. Have a great, great week.